Welcome to Melrose Unitarian Universalist Church. Our service today is called What If? The Gift of Mystery. So, good morning, everybody. Let's start with that. Good morning.
Good morning.
Excellent. Thank you. Good morning. I am the Reverend Dr. Suzanne Intriligator, the minister of this church. My pronouns are she and hers. We are a church of open minds, loving hearts, and helping hands, and all who share our values are welcome with us this morning. Hello to the people on Zoom, too. Happy last Sunday before Christmas. Woo! How is everybody doing with the holiday stress? Is anybody stressed out getting ready for the holidays? All right, only a few. That's good. I like that. Just a few. All right. If there's anyone here in high school or in college, I think it's finals time. I see Nathan. You're done with your finals? Good for you. Well, there's a lot of other people out there working on finals, and then after finals comes grading. So all of us who are teachers or professors, it's a long slog. And of course, there's Christmas and New Year's coming up, and that can be a minefield sometimes, right? So that's what today's service is all about. It's about the stress that comes with this time of year, and learning how to deal with it, and learning to lean into it and enjoy it anyway. So before we get into all that, I have just a few announcements to share with you. Sadly, our COVID numbers are back up, so we're back to a policy of strongly encouraging masking. So I see some people in masks here today. You're very welcome. We're going to be having masks. The ushers will have them and wear them. That's very welcome, and we'll be handing them out today in our worship service on Thursday and at our Christmas Eve services too. Just want to make sure everyone knows that. And also people suggested that we open the windows today. I don't know, is it warm enough outside? Do we want to do that? I'm going to leave it up to you people. If you'd like to open the windows, go ahead. I want to mention that, make sure everybody knows about our worship service on Thursday evening. This is a new thing we're doing this year. I've wanted for a long time to do a solstice service and actually in the dark on the solstice. So that's what we're going to do Thursday at 6:30. We're going to be sitting in a circle in Parish Hall in the dark with candlelight and music from Tom and stories from Katie. It's family friendly. We're going to be doing a craft. It'll be really fun. So if you're available, please come. And afterward, we'll have cider and donuts. That's Thursday at 6:30. And then next Sunday, say it again, there will be no morning service next Sunday, but 2 evening services at 5 o'clock and at 7. And this year, they're going to be different from each other. 5 o'clock will be family-centered. So we are going to have people who'll be reading monologues in the characters of Mary and a shepherd and a wise person and an angel. And during the carols, the families and the children and anyone who wants to will be invited to come up and help build the nativity scene. That's the 5 o'clock service. The 7 o'clock service will be like we've done it for years now with the Bible readings. It'll be quieter and a little bit more meditative. So you have your choice this year, 5 and 7. I need helpers for Christmas Eve because this is a wooden building and we're going to have 100 lit candles. I would love to have 4 ushers at each service just for the last carol when we've got all the candles lit, 1 person in each corner standing next to a bucket of water. I would feel a lot better. So there's a link to sign up. Please do in your midweek update. I also need people who want to have a speaking role. Please let me know if you're interested in that. And now we have an announcement from our board member, Kathy Sang. Kathy, are you here? Thank you. Kathy's been working hard on our next steps process, along with Gretchen, her co-leader, and she has an update for us.
Good morning. So it's been about 6 weeks since Gretchen gave you an update, so I just want to quickly, before we all go in different directions for the holidays, let you know. Next Steps is still, our journey continues, and many of you probably are aware of many of the things that the programs that are coming out of that are been initiated in response to what came out of the reports from last year. So worship and the fun brunch today, the brunch church and fun church, the spirituality and dine series that Jay Libby did for us, all of these things, and fellowship doing something every month. All of that has been response to what came out of the learning teams and the Next Steps report last year. But what you may not see, most of you, because it's a little bit more in the background still, and but it's going on. So the governance team, which is really Gretchen and our consultant Liz Coit, have been working with the board on vision and mission. Because we got a lot of feedback last year that, yeah, we have a church vision statement and a mission statement, but nobody quite knows them, and what are they, and why. So the board spent a good portion of the November meeting working on that. They're going to also work on it this coming week at this board meeting. Hopefully, after the first of the year, they'll be able to share with you what they're working on, and I'm on the board, so what we're working on is that we're taking what we've already done, but we're trying to focus it and refine it a bit so it helps us move forward into the future. So you'll be finding out more about that after the first of the year. The finance team for Next Steps is working with the finance committee and with the endowment, the trustees. We're trying to put together a 5-year financial plan. What income streams need to be in order to pay the expenses that we expect. Now, to start that, we decided the first step is next year's budget. So what we've been doing is looking at things that have been starting in or initiated in response to Next Steps, like these many programs, some of the other things that are being talked about. How would they impact a budget for next year? So that those can be considered as the teams that put together the budget that will be presented to you to vote on next spring at the annual meeting, whether we can continue funding and doing some of those programs. So that's in there. And the property Next Steps team has been working with the property committee. Number one has been, how are we going to maintain this beautiful, beloved, but aging building when we don't really have volunteers to step up and do everything that needs to be done? Nobody wants to be the chair of the property committee, and then things are slipping, the list of to-dos just gets longer and longer. So they're looking at options of what we could consider. And again, depending on what they decide on, that's what they're going to recommend for the budget next year. So there's a lot of next steps work going on. It's just not as visible to everybody right now as it was maybe last year when we were doing all the interviews and when the 4 learning teams were working. But it's a lot going on. There's always a link in the midweek update that takes you to a web page on the website that has lots more detailed information. And if you have questions, you can always approach Gretchen or me, and we'll be glad to answer them for you as best we can. Thanks.
Thank you, Kathy. And I just want to say a quick thank you to everyone who's helping with the worship service today. Our usher, Wendy. Greeter is Kathy. The coffee hosts are John Wright and Lisa Wilson Wright. And we've had a lot of people helping us put out the brunch this morning. Just special thank you to Kathy, Wendy, Gretchen, Ginger, Karen, Quinn, and Jane. And also I want to mention we have special help today from our tech team because Bill, our worship tech, as you know, has worked here for almost, I think, 3 years now, and he's never taken a Sunday off. Today he's gone to visit family, and in his place are Dan and Josh. And they're doing a great job, Dan and Josh. Hooray for Dan and Josh. And I just want to say to our folks on Zoom, have patience with us. These guys are volunteers. They're doing their best. And that relates perfectly to our theme today. As I've said, the future is a mystery, and it's a mystery to all of us. We can't know what will happen next year, next week, or even 5 minutes from now. The most that we can do is plan and prepare. And then when the moment comes, we have to let go. We have to be in the moment and trust the process and forgive whatever mishaps may come along. That goes for today, and it goes for next week and next year. In that spirit, today is another of our experiments with Fun Church. We're doing them every month. We'll start here in the sanctuary for this welcome, and then we'll have a hymn, we'll have a really fun children's story that we're going to act out. After that, there's a brief reflection from me, 5 minutes, no more. Then we'll be splitting up and we'll be going to tables upstairs and down where we'll enjoy wonderful conversation. There's little conversation starters on all the tables, and we'll get to chat with each other. And we'll have a couple of activities too, so it should be a fun day. The first thing we're going to do is welcome one another into worship the way we do every week. So turn around, wave, say hi. So hello to the people on Zoom if we get them on the screen. Good morning, welcome to worship, everybody. Hi, everybody. Oh, look, they got the people from Zoom. Hi, people on Zoom. Hi, Bob and Phyllis. Hi, Cheryl. Hi, Joyce. Hi, Camille. Thank you for coming. Thanks for being with us today. I call us to worship with these words from the Reverend Carolyn Owen Toll, who was a dear friend to our own Kathy Sang. She wrote, "Come into this house of worship. Come in bringing all of who you are. Rest and quiet your weak, worn spirit, for you are here to touch again eternal springs of hope and renewal. Calm your hurried pace. For this hour, let the cares, the fretfulness, and the worry be set aside. Forgive yourself. You are very worthy of moving on, of making new efforts, of trying again. And know that you are not alone. There is strength and caring and support for you right here. You will find comfort here if you but ask for it. Look around. You are part of a community of vast potential. You can make it what you will. Enter into this house of worship, this sacred hour. Let us worship together. Amen. And now we light together the symbol of our faith, the flaming chalice. Here to do it for us this morning are newer members. It's the O'Connell family. That's Allison and Brian and Phoebe. Thank you. Phoebe feels like a bride going up the aisle. That's great.
I invite you now to rise in body or in spirit and join me in the words of our covenant, which you can see on the screen. Love is the doctrine of this church.
The quest for truth is its sacrament, and service is its prayer.
To dwell together in peace, to seek knowledge and freedom, to serve humankind in fellowship, to the end that all souls shall grow into harmony with the divine. This is our great covenant, one with another and with our God.
Thank you. Thank you. All right, if everyone please, if you'd all please remain standing and join in our opening hymn, which is Deck the Halls. The lyrics will appear up here on the screen, and Tom will lead us. It's number 235 in the gray hymnal, and here we have the lyrics. Yay! Deck the halls with boughs of holly. Thank you. Thank you. You may be seated. And now, our story today, which is called Merry Christmas, Lucy. It's acted out by Jeannie and John, and it's inspired by a children's story called Merry Christmas, Stinky Face. But we're not calling anybody Stinky Face today. So let me set the scene for you. It was about a week before Christmas, and a little kid named Lucy was very, very worried about a lot of things. So many things that she had to write them all down in a list. So she decided to talk to her dad about it.
Lucy, what's wrong? Lucy, are you okay?
Papa, what if the snow kept falling and falling so much that we couldn't even open our front door?
Oh. Well, that's all right. That's not a problem. We'll go get some juice and some cups, and we'll go out and we'll pour the juice on the snow, and we'll make giant snow cones, and we'll eat it all, and it'll all be gone, and everything will be fine. It'll be good. No problem. We can handle that.
But Papa, what if we cleared out the snow and we finally opened the door, but the wind blew in the door and it took our Christmas tree way, way outside?
All right. We got this one. No problem. You even know how to solve this one, too. We're going to take the coat rack we have over here, and we're going to put our ornaments on it, and we're going to put our tinsel on it, and our lights, and we're going to have the best Christmas coat rack you ever saw. All right. There we go. All done? All right.
house. And what if it melted because it was so warm in the house?
That's a problem. All right, so, but we can do this. We're gonna get rid of all the food in our freezer, and we're gonna make a little house in there, and we're gonna put the snowman, if this happens, we'll put the snowman in the freezer, and the snowman will be fine.
Oh,
Yeah.
good. Okay. Oh. Whew. But Papa,
Yes.
what if Santa lands on our roof and one of the reindeer's antlers gets stuck on the tree outside of my bedroom window? What are we gonna do?
It's okay. It's okay. We'll take this saw I just happen to have beside me, all right? And we will put it out here with the Christmas cookies for Santa, and then if that happens, Santa can saw the tree away and everything will be fine. It will be okay.
But Papa, what if Santa's boot falls off while he's flying in his sled and his foot gets so cold that when he comes to our house, he tries to put on my Christmas stocking. But he can't fit his big foot in my Christmas stocking.
Okay. All right. So, this one's easy, actually. This one's easy. We can do this. I have over here my snow boots, and I can guarantee you they will fit Santa Claus. All right. And we'll put them over here next to the saw and the Christmas cookies. And then if that happens, he can put on my snow boots and he'll be fine. No problem. We can take care of it all.
But Papa, what if Santa's lips get chapped? And what if the sleigh needs a new coat of paint? And what if the reindeer's fur needs to be brushed? Oh, and what if the bag of toys opens up and falls out?
Oh, okay. We can handle this. All right. So, we will take this chapstick I also have right here, and we'll put it next to the Christmas cookies. And this can of paint, which I was just keeping under my seat just in case, we'll put next to the cookies. And the brush, you can get your brush from your bathroom and put it in your brush for the things. And let's see, we have brush, we have chapstick, we have paint, we have
The sack of toys.
the sack of toys.
The sack of
Oh my
toys.
God, the sack of toys. This roll of tape we can leave here too, and it will solve the problem. He can fix his thing. We're all done, I think.
Wow. Okay, but how will we tell Santa what all this stuff is for?
We'll take this lovely clipboard and piece of paper I have handy by, and you can sit here with me, and we'll write a letter to Santa, and we'll tell him about all the things that are waiting for him here to help him with his Christmas day.
And so Lucy and her father left out cookies for Santa, just like they always did. And this year, next to the cookies, they laid out a letter, and it said, "Dear Santa, just in case something, anything at all should happen, we want to make sure that you have what you need to get back on your way. So we are leaving out for you some cookies, a saw, some snow boots, some paint, a chapstick, some scotch tape, and a hairbrush. And please, if you should need anything else, just help yourself. Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas, Papa.
Merry Christmas, Lucy.
It's the end.
Yay. Thank you, John. Thank you, Jeannie, for that little play. That was super fun, and I appreciate it. And I was going to do this next part from over here, and I think that's where they have me lined up to talk. This is my little brief reflection, and 5 minutes we'll be headed out. So I want to ask you, have you ever been that kid just full of, what if? What if this happens? What if that happens? What if that happens? Have you ever been that kid? Nobody here is an anxious person? Oh, we've got a few anxious people, okay. I have definitely been that kid, especially around Christmas time. Even now, today, I worry that all the gifts that I ordered won't arrive on time, or that by the time I get to the grocery store, they'll be out of turkeys or cranberry sauce. It could happen. And now let me ask, have you ever been more like the dad in the story? The one who comes up with all the answers? Have you been him? Excellent. A pat on the back to everybody who's been the dad. Isn't he a great parent? No matter what outlandish, weird, wild thing the kid comes up with, he's there with a loving answer. No matter what happens, he rolls with it. He says, don't worry, we will roll with it. And probably the truth is that to one degree or another, both of us, I mean all of us, are both of these people. We all have both of these voices in our heads most of the time. What if, what if, what if? Because, as I said, the future is a mystery. That's part of the human condition. We don't know what will happen, and we can't know. And that can make us worried sometimes, and sometimes we worry too much. Thankfully, that other voice shows up most of the time. The voice that says, with love, okay, let's breathe, let's calm down, let's plan. For whatever wild eventuality you can think of, let's make a plan. And then, whenever something happens, we'll have what we need. And if we don't, we will trust that we can figure it out. We'll do our best in the moment, and we'll forgive any mishaps that come up. Good enough is good enough. Well, I want to tell you just briefly that for the last 4 months, these two voices have been in my head as I have been planning my sabbatical. I have both of these voices, and they've gone back and forth, and I think both of the voices have also happened to a lot of our church leaders as they've been planning sabbatical too. What if? What if? What if worship doesn't go right when Suzanne is away? What if the guest preacher doesn't show up? What if Zoom doesn't work? What if the boiler breaks down in the middle of winter? What if? What if? What if? The future is a mystery. Anything can happen. And it's scary to do things differently. It's scary for me to step away, and maybe it's scary for you to let me step away for 3 months. But we did what the dad did in the story. We planned and we planned. We have every Sunday mapped out all the way through March. We have preachers and worship hosts to do the welcome and lead joys and sorrows. We have a whole team of people ready to do these fun Sundays once a month. And we even have a lovely and well-seasoned minister to be here half-time, Reverend Susan, who was here last week. If you were here then, you met her, and she's lovely. Like the characters in our story, the church leaders and I did a bunch of what-ifing over a period of months, and then for every little eventuality, we planned a response. So we know that whatever happens, we can trust the process, and good enough will be good enough. And now, we're ready. I think we're ready. Everything is in place. After solstice and Christmas, I'll go away for 3 months, and I won't be back until April 7th. I'm a little bit worried. That's the human condition. But I have so much trust and so much faith in our plan and in the leaders here. And of course, Reverend Susan, she's first rate. But so is our board and our staff and our council and our committees. We have a plan, and we're ready to trust the process. So I'm letting go. This is my little goodbye party today I'm throwing for myself and inviting you all here. I'm ready to let go with joy and gratitude. After Christmas, I will be leaving you, and because of your kindness and generosity, I will have the time I need to restore my health, physical, spiritual, and emotional. People keep asking me what I'm doing. I'm going to be doing a lot of traveling. I'm going to the UK, to San Francisco, to Kentucky, and to Alabama. And I'm going to do a meditation retreat and lots of reading and writing and walking and resting. And then I will come back here and I will tell you all about what happened. So, as a thank you for this wonderful sabbatical, I have cooked brunch for everyone today, so we might enjoy a little holiday party together before I go. Now, just a reminder, the whole point of Fun Church Sundays is to connect with people, connect with one another, and build our sense of community. So I encourage you to sit with somebody you don't know and strike up a conversation. And I have just a few instructions before we break. First, I forgot to say last time, get your coffee in Parish Hall. We have only one coffee station before you break into small groups. Then, go into your groups. There are 3 tables in Parish Hall, 1 in the parlor, and a group is also going to go to the library today so that people can hear each other and have good conversation. All the food is labeled with ingredients. If you've got a question, just ask. Every table or group has a basket. In the basket are little treats. There's discussion questions in there. There's feedback forms. And while you're eating, there are 2 little activities. If you choose to do them, they are optional. But they're to share your holiday greetings with people out there who could really appreciate them. And there's more details. There's an envelope in your basket that will explain everything, and we'll be coming around to talk to you and explain things. So that's all the instructions. It's time to move on. Let's wave goodbye to our Zoom folks. Goodbye, Zoom folks. I hope you enjoy lunch too, and I hope to see you at our solstice service and at our 2 Christmas services. Happy Sunday. Invite your friends. We've got plenty of space at all those services. And now Tom will play us out. Thank you, Tom.